In this video, we want to continue with membership plugins. We're going to talk about content control. These are going to be areas for your members to be a part of after they've logged in and keep this away from public eyes. Now, to be fair, and so this isn't a very, very long video, I've gone ahead and I've created two additional pages besides the default home page that comes with this particular Quickstart kit. I created a public page and a secured page, and there's nothing fancy about them other than they have a title and a sentence. It says this is a public page, and if we go back and look at the secure page, it's pretty much the same thing except it says that it's a secured page. And because of that, there's nothing additional that we set up. So for example, with a lot of content control systems, you have to jump through hoops. You have to, for example, if I do quick edit, let's see here, under status, we've got published, password, parent, order, template. You know, all of this information is the same. There's nothing that I set here at the page level on the metadata to protect this, although you can, and I'll get into that in just a few minutes. But I just wanted to show you, just create a simple page, give it a title, give it some content, and that's all you have to do to get this plugin going. So let's go over to plugins, because as with all plugins, we need to activate them first. And again, if you're not using them, please go ahead and delete them. This particular plugin is located right here. It says Content Control. And before we get into activating it, I do want to show you that if you click the view details, it will pop up this content control restrictions. For this particular plugin, if you click on the FAQs, you'll see some interesting information. And if you come over here to installation, you'll see that. But the FAQ here is a little bit different than the FAQ listed there. So let me go back and do that again. This FAQ just gives you some brief information. If you click installation and click where it says FAQ here, it actually takes you out to the page. And the reason that I want to take you to this page is the reason is these screenshots here. So if I click on the screenshot, I'll go ahead and see information about the plugins and how it looks. But I want to bring your attention to one very specific screen, and that's this one. It doesn't have a title to it, but it's called On-Page Content Control. So we're going to be able to secure content in the way that I'm going to show you by default, but I do want to show you this as an aside or an extra thing first to get it out of the way, is that you don't have to do anything other than just this. If you don't want to restrict the entire page, you can restrict content, specifically by the fact of whether or not they're logged in at all. So there's three levels of, or three roles, I guess, essentially, on how to secure content. If you just use the content control or content underscore control in the brackets, you can put your logged in content in the middle. And unless they're logged in, they won't see that little sentence that says logged in content. You're supposed to replace that with the content essentially that you want to protect. And content underscore control and then a space and using the keyword roles equals and then in parentheses, you list out all of the roles that have access to the content. In this case, 3 do. You got subscriber, administrator, and editor. And then where it says role content between the brackets, you simply put the protected content that you want there. Under content underscore control logged out, this is the information that everybody can see. So this is, just regular stuff. I don't know if you've ever been to a news site and they had a paywall and they tease you with getting you really interested in the news article or the whatever it is that they're writing about. And then the meat and the potatoes of the article is hidden behind either a paywall or a login wall. Well, that's how they do it. They use this logged out content first to give you the teaser editorial, and then what they do is they lock it down with either logged in or these roles, so that you have to be a member of that particular site to see it. So really cool there. Just keep in mind that you can do this, and that's how you get to this, because you're going to need to see the syntax if you want to use it in this manner. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started and show you how to secure our secure page and how easy this is. So content control, first we need to activate the plugin. Now it says that the plugin's activated, but with most, and some plugins rather, they don't really tell you where to go to find how to use the plugin. Well, this one's buried under settings. So if we come under settings, down at the bottom we see content control. And it's very, very simple. Like I said, a nice, simple user, easy interface. Well, the first thing that you're going to want to do is come over to this general tab. And I'm going to paste in some really evil, taunting text. It says you've been locked out of this content, and then I'm provoking them and going, haha. I don't suggest you do that, but nevertheless, this is just for illustration purposes. Go ahead and save this. This is the message that folks are going to see when they are, essentially locked out of content and they're not logged in. So I'll go ahead and position that in the middle, and we'll leave it like that. Okay. Now, if we come over to the restrictions tab, let me show you how absolutely powerful this is. First thing we need to do is add a restriction. Now, there's a lot of information jammed up in this little box. I'm going to take you through each one of these tabs one at a time and explain each one of the areas in here. So the first thing that you need to do is give this a title. So what I try to do is give things a title in plain English, plain text, so that I understand what it's doing when I come back later. So in this example, I want to lock down the secure page to subscribers only. So I'm simply going to put down locked pages to subscribers. Okay. Now, who can see the content? Well, logged in users can see the content. Well, who can see the content? Well, I'm going to do subscribers. So this title pretty much describes exactly what I got going on. All right, so now the next thing we need to figure out is what do we want to protect? Now, this is where things are extremely powerful, and they may get a little bit confusing. I'm sorry, that's on the next section in the content. The protection area is actually pretty straightforward. So it says, well, how do you want to protect your content? So what do you want to do? You want to redirect them, and if you do redirect them, where do you want to redirect them to? You can redirect them to the log in or take them back. You can send them to the home page. You can create a custom page with a nice, pretty, whatever you want to do, and then on that page you can link to the login or get them to pay or whatever it is that you want to do. So lots of creative ways on how to use this redirect option. Other options include just a custom message. Now that custom message is what we set over here in this general tab initially. So I'm going to leave it for custom message for right now, but I just did want to go through and explain those redirect options to get you thinking about how you might be able to use this. All right, so I'm going to use custom message and show excerpts. I wasn't really honestly able to find detailed information on all of these different options. He only has she only had screenshots of this, the developer rather. And so if you want to take the time to go through with a fine-tooth comb, you might be able to find it or ask a question in the forum. In any event, let's talk about content. Now, you might be wondering how easy or how hard or how flexible is this? It depends on your point of view, right? So what is the content that we're going to protect? Is it a post? So what this is saying is I want to protect content that is a post. And I don't. I want to protect a page that I created. Well, if I click the drop down, get ready to be inundated and overwhelmed because there are a lot of options in here. And I'm going to go through each one of these in a category, not each one of the items. Okay. So the first one is posts. Is the content a post? Is it a selected post? Is it a post with an ID? Is it a post with a category, a tag? Does it have a format, a blog index? Anyway, you get the idea on how to use this. Now, what we want to do is select a page. Now, if you notice where it says posts, we've got pages. The next category is media. The next is project. Then we have formats and categories and tags and project categories and project tags. So you can see really creative ways. So if I was creating content for a members only page, one of the things that I might want to do is say, I want to protect all pages that I tag as members only. So, let's see, we got pages. We don't have page tags, but we have pages with a select ID, a selected page. Well, we don't have tags, so guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to do a selected page. And now that we've got the page, I'm like, okay, it's a page. So what do I do? And you can do really complicated scenarios where you can do and or. Anyway, so I can't secure my selected page because what this is doing when I say a page, all pages essentially are locked down. And I don't want to lock down all pages. I just want to lock down the one page, the secure page. So if I come back over here to pages, notice there's a page or selected page. Okay? So if I choose selected page, now I can click in to here and I get a pull down list of all of my pages. Well, I just want to secure my secure page. If I wanted to secure the welcome page, I could do that. See, you just select them. And to get rid of it, you click the little X button. So this is all I have to do, right? So with that being said, I showed you earlier, you can build up really complex things. So I can lock down a selected page, or I can do something else, or I can secure something else in another way. Or I can do an and, where I can say and maybe I do the page child of. So in my menu item, if I have, nested pages, and this is where you have to set metadata up on the page itself. What is the parent page of that, okay? And we can go ahead and show you that in just a few minutes. But in any event, this is how you lock down a specific page. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose Add. And at this point, now I have locked pages to subscribers, and I chose the page. So if I go back here and look at this, the secure page is now locked down. So now if I come out of here, I think I hit save. Let me hit it again just to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and choose Log Out. I'm going to go to Dave's WordPress. This is the front end. And I'm going to look at the public page. It says this is a public page. Now if I come over here to the secure page, because I'm not logged in, it says this is a secured page, which is a problem. So the question is, why am I able to see this content when I shouldn't be able to? So let's go back in. Let's look at this, settings, content control. Okay, locked pages to subscribers, logged in users, so subscribers, protection. I'm going to show a custom message. And is a selected page the secured page? Oh, that's what. Because it's and. I have and it's a post. So the problem is that this condition is not true. The and condition is not true. So a page can't be a page and a post at the same time. This is a really bad misconfiguration. And I got to be honest with you guys, I did this on purpose, because if you start doing these and or type of things, this logic gets very sticky and very confusing very quickly. So you have to understand, and you need to test the scenario and make sure that your scenario works as expected. So as soon as I delete this and item and hit update, now I've got good logic. So if I go ahead and I log out, and now I go ahead and go back to Dave's WordPress, and I click on public page, we see it's a public page. I'm going to click on secure page, and now I've got that taunting, nasty, rotten, laughing at me type of warning that says, haha, you can't get to the content. So for the most part, in a nutshell, this has been a long video. This is content control. I do encourage you to go through all of this. If you need help setting this up, obviously Dave's WordPress is for hire. We have remediation and consulting services on our website. So if we come over here to daveswordpress.com, simply to get any of the help that you need, scroll on down, and then here you can click on services, and part of the a la carte services is remediation. This is where we can do remediation and consultation. We do charge a $85 an hour fee. So in any event, if you do need help, we are available for you. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next video.